Hello everyone, Quancredible here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day or night so far. Today I'm going to be bringing you my top 5 forms of magic in Black Clover. Now the way I kind of made this list is I'm going off of what I believe, in my personal opinion, just my opinion, what I believe to be the top 5 strongest forms of magic. I'm going to lead off with my honorable mentions, which would be the ones that I thought were really cool still, but just not quite powerful enough to make it onto the top 5. So as far as honorable mentions go, there's only 2. The first one I want to say would be spatial magic. Now when I say spatial magic, I'm not really talking about Valtos or Finral. I'm definitely talking about Langris. His spatial magic is extremely powerful, with the ability to literally just wipe things from existence. That is super powerful, but it just barely didn't make the top 5 just because I think the other ones are just a bit more overpowered in my opinion. The other one that didn't quite make the list was imitation magic, which I know is a lot of people's favorite. The only reason it didn't make it is because you do have to touch someone's grimoire to make it work, which is just kind of a big downside if you're not already able to. Like, if you're not innately fast or have friends that will just let you rip off their magic first, you're at like a huge disadvantage as far as in the beginning. Not to mention these other 5, I feel like stand all on their own just fine. They don't need to be copied or copy something else to be great. But yeah, just those 2 did not quite make it, but I think those 2 are really cool. Now, starting off the list at number 5, it's gonna make a lot of people upset already, I already know, would be anti-magic. Now, the only reason I think anti-magic is number 5 and is lowest on the list is because we've only seen it in the form of Asta's swords. So that's extremely limiting. So one, you have to be super strong to even swing these around and be useful. And I want to say 90% of people fight far away, so closing the gap could be extremely hard. Also, with anti-magic, you can only block things that are still kind of relative to your own strength. And by that I mean, take for instance when Asta and Yami were nearing the end of their fight with Lich. Lich was about to shoot that giant light ray at Asta, and then Asta was like, oh, I can just hit it back or block it with my sword. But then Yami said that sword would be the only thing left, meaning that he's kind of aware, and Asta kind of knows his own self, that he can't necessarily block everything with it if you yourself can't do it. So just needing to be physically capable to actually use these swords is the biggest drawback, and having to be close would be the drawbacks of that. But still, anti-magic extremely overpowered, negates everything else in the show. I mean, it's broken. It is OP. But moving on. Also, as a disclaimer, in this video I will be using some of the magics from the manga that have not been shown yet. I'm not going to be revealing any plot points, but if you want to be more or less shocked on the magic that you will see in the future, you know, you can just not watch the video. It is okay. But coming in at number 4 is one of the spoiler magics I was telling you guys about earlier, would be dream magic. Now dream magic is wielded by the captain of the Coral Peacocks, I think that was the name of the squad. But dream magic is super broken. Like, so you kind of just activate it, but like there's like this mist that sucks you into the dream world, and in that world the caster can essentially do whatever they want. Now granted, the things in that world do still have to follow the same rules of physics, I guess, that they would have in real life. Like fire will be hot, and like gravity will still be a thing, like all that like basic rules of nature type stuff. But it's just really overpowered. Like if you actually hit somebody with that, they're pretty much done. Like unless you can just outsmart them, there's not much that you can do. Also, even if you are able to avoid them inside of their dream world or fight them, you gradually get sleepier in this world, and once you fall asleep, you never wake up again. So dream magic, really broken. And now for number 3, this one might shock a lot of people, but for number 3, I chose blood magic. Now blood magic is what the Witch Queen had in the Witch's Forest arc. Blood magic, we've seen it do all kinds of stuff, from like healing the entire forest at the same time, all the way to taking control of people, and who knows what else it can do. I don't know if it's because of how strong the Witch Queen is that it looked really powerful to me, but just the fact that you can control people is really broken in itself. Like, if you can control people, it doesn't really matter what their magic is, aside from a couple different types, but for the most part, they kind of can't do anything if you're just getting controlled. Aside from that, not too much we've seen from blood magic, but that's definitely in my top 3 most powerful magics. Now for number 2, not a surprise, would be light magic. Light magic, I mean, you move at light speed. There's not really much a lot of people can do about that. Light speed is pretty freaking fast. We've seen Lich use a variety of different spells using light magic, such as healing spells, a whip, even giant rays, lasers, and it's all at light speed, so it's really difficult to deal with. Even the wielder seems to teleport when they move at light speed. Just a really powerful magic to have. And finally, coming in at number 1, should not be a shock to anyone, honestly. That would be time magic. Now, time magic, very self-explanatory. You can control time. So, with light magic, it doesn't matter how fast it is. If you can control time, you can just stop it. Same thing for blood magic, dream magic, or even anti-magic. Doesn't matter, you control time. So definitely the most powerful magic, in my opinion, in the world of Black Clover. We haven't seen too much from Julius. I mean, we have seen him literally freeze people in time, accelerate himself, slow down time so he can dodge things, can stop attacks and then send them back at someone else at an even faster speed that they sent it at. He probably has so many other spells that we are never going to get an opportunity to see. I mean, who knows? We might, but for the most part, we probably aren't. But yeah, time magic, just, it's too good. It's too powerful. You can control time. That is the strongest magic in Black Clover. I don't care what anybody has to say. But yeah, if you guys like the list, leave me a like. Drop you guys' top 5. I would love to see what you guys think top 5's magics are, or even your favorite magic. Just let me know in the comments. We can get a little discussion going. Aside from that, you guys have a great day. I'm out.